Here's what happened to Ricky Nelson. Heartbreaking ending. Ricky Nelson was born in Teaneck, New Jersey on May 8, 1940. He came from a musical family. His mother Harriet Hilliard Nelson was a vocalist and his father Ozzy Nelson was a bandleader, actor, director, and producer. He had an older brother, David Nelson, an actor by profession. Ricky suffered from asthma in his childhood days and had to be eased at night in his sleep by a vaporizer-emitting tincture of evergreen. He did his schooling from Gardner Street Public School and Bancroft Junior High, and later went to Hollywood High School to complete his graduation. He used to play football in Hollywood High School and also represented his school in the interscholastic tennis tournament. By the age of 18, Ricky was already in the 93% income tax bracket and was earning over $500,000 per annum. His parents invested his earnings into trust funds and allowed him only $50 for personal expenses. Ricky Nelson played clarinet and drums in his teenage years and also learned the rudimentary guitar chords. He used to practice his vocals by imitating Sun Records rockabilly artists and was also deeply influenced by the music of Carl Perkins. In a bid to impress his girlfriend, Ricky decided to make a record, and with his father's assistance, he secured a deal with Verve Record. In March 1957, he completed the recording of I Am Walkin', A Teenager's Romance and You're My One and Only Love. The single I Am Walkin' ranked at number 4 on Billboard's Best Sellers in Stores chart, whereas the second single A Teenager's Romance reached the second spot. In 1957, he signed a contract with Imperial Records and his first single Be Bop Baby generated 750,000 advance orders. It was sold over 1 million copies and reached number 3 on charts, followed by his first album Ricky, which was released in October and reached the number 1 on charts. Between 1958 and 1959, Ricky Nelson beat Elvis Presley and placed 12 hits on the charts compared to Presley's 11. But later Presley took charge of the race and became the only person besides Pat Boone to put more singles on the charts than Ricky. Between 1957 and 1962, Ricky had a whopping 30 singles in the top 40 list. Apart from music, he had a successful acting career as well. He was featured in films like Rio Bravo in 1959, The Wackiest Ship in the Army in 1960 alongside Jack Lemmon, Love and Kisses in 1965 with Jack Kelly, The Over the Hill Gang in 1969 with Walter Brennan and Pat O'Brien. In 1987, Ricky Nelson was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Rockabilly Hall of Fame. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 1515 Vine Street, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to music. Ricky won the 1987 Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album for interviews from the class of '55 recording sessions. In 2013, he was inducted into the Scandinavian American Hall of Fame, acknowledging his contribution to the music industry. Ricky Nelson had dated many girls in his teenage, but his mother Harriet Nelson never approved of any of them. She desired a certain standard for her son's personal life and wanted Nelson to prioritize his career at that early age. In April 1963, Nelson married Chris Harmon, daughter of football legend Tom Harmon and actress Elise Knox, who were long-term friends of the Nelsons. Together they had 4 children, twin sons Gunnar Eric Nelson and Matthew Gray Nelson, who are the founders of the band Nelson, actress Tracy Christine Nelson, and Sam Hilliard Nelson. The marriage was no fairy tale, however, and started deteriorating after the birth of their last child. After a long and emotionally draining legal procedure, they ended the marriage with a divorce in December 1982. He started dating Helen Blair after his divorce and she moved in with him 2 years after their first meeting. She died with him in the airplane fire and was denied burial next to him by Nelson's mother. Nelson didn't like flying but was not keen on traveling by bus either. To satisfy his extravagant lifestyle, he leased a luxurious, 14-seat, 1944 Douglas DC-3. The private jet had been previously owned by the DuPont family and later by Jerry Lee Lewis. Unfortunately, it had a history of several mechanical problems. On December 26, 1985, Nelson left for a three-stop tour of the southern United States with his band and Helen Blair. After performing in Florida and Alabama, the crew left for Texas on 31 December, but the plane crash-landed northeast of Dallas in DeKalb, Texas, killing Nelson, Helen, and some of his band members. Nelson's remains were buried in the Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills Cemetery in Los Angeles in a private funeral. Goodbye Ricky Nelson.